options. Say less, say less. You stopped the room when you were walking. You left your head still in talking. You leaving me with no options. Say less, say less, say less.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go now. Go.
On the ground, it's Brooks to start the drive. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. You look at the defense for these Texans. Against the pass, they're hoping to trend in the opposite direction, because right now they're ranked number 26 in the NFL.
And even though that's not the greatest ranking in the world, one thing you can say, they get after the quarterback. They're in the top 10 in the league in sacks.
A nice pickup there, 18 yards, first down Falcons.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He'll take this to the 46.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It'll be a gain of 5, but still about 3 yards shy of the first down marker, and now it's 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. To throw, Young. Escaping the pressure right. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 19. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Young going to give to Brooks. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. 41 yards rushing for him here. What a start to the ball game. It's 1st and goal. With that last effort, he topples the 5,000-yard mark for his career.
And that doesn't place you among the absolute greats that have ever played the game. but it's a significant achievement and a very, very solid career.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Here's Brooks. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jonathan Brooks, his third rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. It's good, and that gives the Falcons a 7-0 lead.
Falcons 7, Texans 0.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Drive starts with a run from Gibbs. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Down the left sideline. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. Almost unstoppable on the ground there, as that one is good for 39.
One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Boy, some big runs here, Charles, already in this first quarter.
Yeah, if the lanes are there, go ahead and exploit them. But what I like the most, how decisive he is, putting his foot in the ground and going.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
And he'll get it here on the touch pass.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And that's something you have to get ready for defensively, because in today's NFL, teams will use their wide receivers on jet sweeps, end arounds. They'll move them back in the backfield and make them running backs. Partner, this was much more of a tap pass, but effective nonetheless.
And I think both guys love it. If you're a quarterback, it's an easy completion. If you're a wide receiver, you get the easy reception and also a chance to try to make a play with your feet.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete.
A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
It's been a good opening drive offensively thus far, but you know they don't want to waste it and settle for a field goal attempt after that incompletion. So this is a big play coming up here on 3rd down.
Mahomes now to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 4.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. 69 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, not get loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Safety Grant Delpit up to make the play. Here's a 2nd and 5. They'll run straight ahead with Brooks.
Shreds him with a stiff arm. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
On 1st and 10, it's Brooks.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
A run out of the gun with Brooks.
And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
Taking in left side, it's Wilson.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. They go play action. Young toward the pylon, caught. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
And I think he just wanted to get the ball to one of his playmakers to see if they can make something happen, but he ends up throwing into a crowded area. And after the catch, he isn't able to do much with it.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Brooks. The decision to go for it pays off, and now they're set up 1st and goal. Didn't quite get the touchdown, but now they're really knocking on the door.
And if you're the play caller, now you're thinking to yourself, what is your sequence? Because you're not just thinking one play here just in case. You're looking ahead as well. I wonder if he's just thinking 3 power plays at max to get the ball in the end zone.
Brooks. He is going nowhere in a hurry as he is going to lose yardage here in a big way. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
Well, these are the situations that come up in practice, and they're talked about all the time. This is as tough as it gets for a defense. They've got to defend a very short field after that turnover.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Jonathan Brooks with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got them this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away. That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
Well, this hasn't really been a first half to remember on either side of the ball. But I think this kind of makes this an important drive. You'd love to get this back to a one-score game if you can. And that's good work there to get some yardage here and pick up the 1st down.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half. The Texans at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the 2nd half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a 1st down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Finds Gibbs on the check down. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it's 2nd down.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago, there's another one right there.
From the gun, it's Mahomes. He's got it complete to Gibbs. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
We've got a 14-3 ball game with 2 minutes left in the opening half. So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Gibbs will try and pick it up. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. Moore, the man in motion. Going back to Gibbs on 1st down. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans have got it back to within a score.
2 good drives on their first 2 possessions. Remember, the first wound up in a field goal, but we all know field goals aren't going to cut it in the NFL. So they're not going to be denied here, and they wind up punching this one into the end zone.
Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. They're going to try and run. And he will find the end zone again. So he gets the touchdown and the 2-point conversion. And that'll cut this deficit down a little bit further. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 132 yards rushing for him now as this sensational afternoon continues. Once again, it's Brooks. A beautiful spin and room to run. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. It's another first down as they bite off 23 more on that one.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Up the middle with Brooks here. And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. They'll try to throw now. Young rolling to his right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. His first NFL reception goes for 6. And the Falcons will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end and those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Devin Duvernay. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Texans down on the scoreboard, but they do get the first crack here as we are back underway in the second half. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. Two-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Fighting through. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Attack, attack!
On 3rd down, here's Gibbs. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. 4 yards on the pickup, good enough to extend the drive.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. Moore, the man in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a lane slowly materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Hey, 43, right side.
Looking to throw is Mahomes. He finds his man, complete. That's Gibbs. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 28. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
A great job there. And that old cliche, take it where the defense gives you, comes right into play. Nothing too out of the ordinary about the throw. Just a little dump off over the middle. But what is out of the ordinary is what he did with it after the catch. Not only did he grab the ball, but how about the significant yardage he picked up after he pulled it in?
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they've got it to the 28-yard line. To throw, it's Mahomes. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Mahomes going to throw. Touchdown, Texans. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign.
And the Texans are back within a score.
Well, you know, you can't get all the points back at once, but baby steps a good start.
A start that was sorely needed because this team looked like they might be out of this one, but getting a touchdown, getting back into it, gives them hope as they move forward.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to a field goal. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. A handoff running left, Brooks.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons. It's been an excellent day for him running the football, no doubt, as he continues to soar well past 100 yards.
Yeah, it almost feels like he can just grab his briefcase and head home after putting in a full day's work at the office, doesn't it?
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. It's Young off play action. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge that by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
Young.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. The drive stays intact with a pickup of 13. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 39-yard line.
Now a give to Brooks running right to the 36-yard line. Stop there.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a third down. We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Young off the play fake, sliding out of the pocket. That is caught, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 18 yards there, down to the 18, and a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
Here's a handoff to Brooks running left.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Shavarius Ward in on the tackle.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Young dancing to his left. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
Well, it certainly appears to me that the defensive guys are starting to look a little bit tired while he still has some fresh legs. Not the biggest gain we've seen on a scramble, but still some positive yardage on a play that initially looked like a sure win for the defense.
And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the 4th quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Young going to give to Brooks. And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal.
They'll run with Brooks.
And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go.
Oh, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Young to throw on 4th. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. A great effort there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Falcons will add to their 4th quarter lead. And, Charles, they continue to have trouble stopping him as he's into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, that's multiple series now that have ended with him in the end zone. A perfect plan on how to utilize him best when they get in close.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
Yellow. Right side.
Throwing now is Mahomes. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
Another big play as they get 28 out of that one.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Now Mahomes.
Got this into the hands of the tight end, Jordan.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12. Shotgun snap to Mahomes.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Yellow.
Now here's Mahomes. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll wind up losing 3 yards there on the play as that'll lead to a 2nd and goal.
Well, there's still time to rectify this situation because the silver lining, they took a sack on 1st and goal. But that close to the goal line, that still definitely hurts.
So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown.
Here now, 2nd and goal.
Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, quick hitter here, it's complete.
I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch, not much yardage afterwards.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
Yellow.
Gibbs. Touchdown, Houston. Well, finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now the try here for the point after. And the lead is down to a field goal now. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game. Second and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming.
They'll stay on the ground with Brooks.
And he spins past him and into space.
Now he's into the clear again.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone. I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass. Let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground. And he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10.
Yellow. Come back. Hey, 15, 15, 15. Easy.
Mahomes will throw.
He's going to let it fly. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And Patrick Mahomes, for all of his artistry and arm angles and what he can do in the short passing game, never forget he's got a cannon as well. He unleashes a big one there, but that time it winds up incomplete.
Here comes 2nd down.
Attack!
Here's Mahomes.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
One final try for Mahomes. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game.
So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they did so without committing a single turnover.
That's so true, and it certainly felt like NFL football at its finest, right? You talk about the highest level from both of these offenses. Neither one of them afraid of taking risks, and both of them aggressively pushing it downfield. I did like, Brandon, how smart they were about going about their business, though. They were high-flying, but they took care of the ball.
Yeah, they did. And just keeping it clean in a game like this with all these points, you don't see that very often, even at the highest level. Job well done by both sides.
So for Atlanta, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars. Meanwhile, for Houston, they will fall to a similar mark at 1-2. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos.
For the antidote, there's a British girl on my TV screen. She's so hot, she's so mean. Burn my body like it's flammable. Girl, I'm still a fan.